Hello again, my friends. Eric Pearson here with another demonstration of Frontier Pilot Simulator. Since my last video, I've worked some extra jobs and scraped together enough credits to get another larger transport. So I'd like to introduce to you the Ballena. Now, Ballena, I looked it up, is Spanish for whale, and this ship certainly fits the profile. It's shaped a bit like a whale, and it's certainly big. So, it reminds me of several real-world aircraft. Its general size and bulk remind me a bit of the C-5 Galaxy. The twin-tail configuration reminds me a bit of the C-119 flying boxcar. My late grandfather used to fly around in those during his time in the Air Force. And the 6-engine configuration also reminds me a bit of the Antonov 225 heavy transport, which I'm sorry to say has been destroyed in the fighting in Ukraine. So I'm hoping that when the war is over, they can find a way to build another. Okay, so that being said, I'd like to demonstrate this aircraft's ability to carry heavy cargo. So I'm going to carefully back up onto the loading pad here. Of course, I have to get things just right in order for it to register. Just a moment. Okay, there we go. So, we've got a long-haul cargo that we can do. Structural frames, made with a core of metal plastic. They comprise the bones of the vast majority of buildings on the planet. And if we look over to the left side, we see that the most profitable destination is the port of Eastern Hell on an island north of here. So we're going to go for that. And this is a pretty heavy load. I believe it's about 10 tons. Of which we have a total capacity of about 15. Actually, I'm wrong. This is 13 tons with a G load of about 4 times gravity. So we're going to have to be very careful when we maneuver. So I'm going to close up here. Now, if you look at the display on the lower right, we have our cargo listed, and we have a readout of how much of our cargo capacity it takes up. It also shows how much G-force is placed upon it. So the G-force varies as I accelerate and decelerate. If I accelerate too much, I might damage the cargo, which may affect its resale value. So right now I'm going to carefully taxi onto the runway. This time, instead of burning fuel with a vertical takeoff, I'm going to do a standard horizontal takeoff like a regular airplane. So I'm just going to carefully back up here. And I'm also going to set my waypoints. We're going to be carrying a heavy cargo here, so this may affect our range somewhat. So, in fact, it is possible to set waypoints in flight if you're in airplane mode. So I'm going to set that. So, alright, so let's extend the wings. Alright. And let's get ready to take off here. Using a little yaw here. Stay on track here. Stay on track, stay on track. And rotate. And we're airborne. Okay, back the throttle to about 1/3 roughly and start doing a slow bank turn. Okay, we're climbing. Now our range is about 128 kilometers according to the top of the HUD. So I'm going to quickly activate my map. We're taking off here from Raglar Transit. Eastern Hell is way up here. That's 149 kilometers. That's a little too far away, so I'm going to aim for Hell platform. Uh-oh. No. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Ooh, that was a close one. Ooh. Yeah. Got to be very careful about that. That was a close one. So, yes, you can engage map mode, but you better do what you're going to do quickly while you're doing it. I probably should add a little throttle to maintain my ability to stay airborne. I have a story about that in a minute. But first, let me get myself turned around toward Hell platform here. Okay, so we're about 500 meters. We have, right now, an effective range of about 100 kilometers. So, with Hell platform being only about 85 kilometers away, that gives us enough buffer to engage VTOL mode in order to land. Okay, so let me level off, apply a little bit of yaw, and we'll be in good shape here. Alright. A little bit of bank to keep us on course. Okay, so the story I was going to tell about maintaining engine power to stay airborne. There was a mishap some years ago involving a C-5 Galaxy flying out of Dover Air Force Base. And what happened was, shortly after takeoff, the C-5 developed trouble in one of its 4 engines. Specifically, a thrust reverser wasn't locked down properly. So immediately they turn around and start making preparations to land where they just departed. But I'm sorry to say there was a little bit of human error involved, because the crew, instead of idling the bad engine, idled one of their other engines instead. So they went from initially 4 functional engines down to 3 functional engines and then 2 functional engines. And as a result, they didn't have enough engine power to maintain their glide slope on approach, and the C-5 had a hard belly flop landing short of the runway. The aircraft split into several pieces, several of the crew were injured, and they had to write the aircraft off as a complete hull loss. They did manage, however, to salvage the flight deck section, and they were able to reuse that as a test bed for new technologies to be installed on the C-5. So I suppose they were able to make something out of the wreck. Okay, so we're about 52 kilometers out. We have a range of about 83 kilometers, and we're climbing pretty good. So doing alright so far. It's sunny, we've got some light wind, but nothing too horrible. Yeah, it's a nice looking aircraft. Okay, climbing a little bit. I want to mind my altitude, because if I climb too high, radiation in the upper atmosphere may interfere with my systems. That's another bonus about having this craft, is that you get a longer range and you can fly faster. We're flying at 378. Actually, no, we're reading about 253 meters per second, but our engine power is about 378. That's pretty fast. Hello. Did we just... Looks like a gust of wind pushed us off course a little bit. I'm going to have to notice my G-forces are climbing as I turn into the wind. Got to be careful about that. Whoa. Okay. A little bumpy. Yeah, a little bumpy here. Come on, get back on course here. Come on, come on. Apply a little bit of yaw here. For yaw, I'm using the Q and E keys on the keyboard. Yeah, it looks a little cloudy right now. We've got some fog. I have to laugh. I had a coworker in a previous job. He had a thing for lighthouses. His cubicle was decorated with pictures of lighthouses and even a lighthouse cookie jar. And I would imitate a foghorn as I walked by his desk. And at one point, it got to the point where every time I walked by, my friend would say, "Hey Eric, hey Eric, do the foghorn, do the foghorn." I'd go, "Hurt." Alright, so here comes Hell Platform. And sure enough, it's a platform. Alright, so running a little low on juice. I have to be very careful about this. I don't want to clip the deck as I come down. I have to say, I love the architecture here. Okay, come on. Come on. I've got about a minute's worth of thrust left before I fall out of the sky. I gotta land. Must land. Nice and easy. Okay, this is working. We're gonna make it. Here we go. Nice and gentle. Nice and gentle. And we've done it. Captain, I have some non-trivial job for you. If you can handle it, they'll probably put your name on biology textbooks. You need to track down one amusing representative of the marine fauna. Are you taking it? And I say, well, where to and what to do? I sent you coordinates. On the spot you will find a huge whale. Follow him and do not lag behind. Find out where he migrates to. In the process, our person will contact you and tell you what to do next. Alright. Well, maybe we'll go whale hunting on a future job, but not right now. I want to deliver this cargo, and I don't want the extra weight sapping my range and my ability to chase the whale. Maybe next time, though. Okay, that's good. Alright, so let's now plot a course for Eastern Hell. I don't want to accidentally trigger this, so maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a couple of waypoints here like so. That's about 60 or 70 kilometers worth of flying. That's doable. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so ignition. See how I'm straining a bit to take off? Because I don't think I have a runway here. Yeah, so I'm going to be burning a bit of range doing this. Careful, don't want to hit anything. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Still not getting altitude here. In fact, I'm sinking. Oosh. Yeah, this is gonna... Okay, now we're climbing. Okay, can I... Come on. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, now let's back off the engine output to preserve range. And here we go. Still flying a bit low, so I better raise up a little bit. You missed it, didn't you? Well, we'll have to attract more people to find him or wait for the next year. Let's hope the drone data won't disappoint us. Well, I told you I was carrying a heavy load. Let's see if that mission point is still there. Or did I fundamentally miss it? Oh well, can't seize every opportunity, I suppose. In fact, what I can do is adjust my course. Let's undo this waypoint with a right click and plot a direct course and start our turn right now. So here we go, flying on my ship. It's as big as a whale. It's about to set sail. If you see a faded sign by the side of the road, it says 15 miles to the... Okay, I'm stopping now. That's enough. That's enough. There was somebody I knew years ago, for reasons I never learned, hated that song. Hated Love Shack by the B-52s. Never found out why. Oh well. Another one of life's mysteries. Oh, a little windy here. So we've got some icebergs. We've got a plateau off to our left, and we've got the port of Eastern Hell up ahead. Still got plenty of range here, though I could probably back off the engine power a little bit to preserve range a little more, because I know we're going to need a lot of thrust in order to slow down and descend safely. Look at those mountains. Ricola. Yep, sorry, couldn't resist. Okay, backing off the engine power a little more. Getting ready to descend here. We're rolling here. Okay, that's it. Oh, looks like they've got what looks like a runway or a taxiway. But I think I can probably just do a gentle descent like so. I may not be coming down perfectly aligned, but I can always do a star point turn. Okay, we're down. Nice. Alright. Let's unload our cargo and get paid. Okay, so open up the trade and unload. So we'll get 53,000 credits for this. Okay, so that's a tidy little profit earned. Alright, so I'd say that's pretty good for now, so thank you very much for watching, and join me next time for more gaming videos. Eric Pearson, signing off.